Hello everybody, I thought I would make a video about a new pottery wheel I bought. It's a little miniature thing, here it is. It's off Amazon. It's so cute. I mean, it's tiny and it's lovely. So here I am just having a look at the thing and plug in the power. Figure out what switch does what. And it works. So I was impressed with that from the start. So here I am with the bit of air dried clay. I use Das clay. So I thought, here we go. In for a penny, in for a pound. First attempt ever. Now what I realised here is you do need to keep your fingers quite wet on the clay so the clay glides through your fingers as it rotates. Otherwise your fingers start sticking to the clay and you're pulling it off the turntable, as I did here. What I realised there was that I didn't make sure the clay was firmly on. What I found out in the end was stick a little bit of water under the clay, tap it dry, then stick it on the wheel. Make sure your wheel's dry, and that will kind of glue the clay to the wheel. What I also realised later on is that it's important to keep the pottery wheel secure to one spot, or you are chasing it around, which you will see this pottery wheel does move around. So I'm going to use some tools now, and this exercise was basically all about how the material moves on the wheel, because I've never done this before, and what different tools do what, what effects they have and all this. So that's all I'm doing with it here. I'm just experimenting and seeing what's going on. As I say, keep wetting your fingers as you go along. It's also about playing with the speed of the wheel. Now here I realised that it's getting a bit too wet, so I think, right, turn it off. Let's have a go with the tool. I think they'll turn it off again. Let's start with a hole in the middle. Start and then go from there. So now by this time I'm having loads of fun. I'm creating all these different shapes. I'm loving it. Oh, here's another tool. Let's see what this does. It's so much fun. I really recommend you get one. Even if you just make a few pots with it. I'm hoping that I can make more pots for my room boxes and dolls' houses, things like that. So basically this at the moment is just about practice, and I've got a lot of practice to do. It was at this point I also realised that you've got to try and keep the clay centred on that inner circle on the wheel. Now, this is easier said than done. I can see how much practice it must take, but if you keep it as centred as you can, it will kind of keep it like straight, because I realised that one of them was leaning to the left or leaning to the right, and what it was is that I wasn't keeping the clay centered. So you've got to kind of like work from the middle up, not the middle and sloping over a little bit. So that's another thing that I learned here. More tools and more playing. It was so much fun. So I'm just having a go trying to get the edges sorted. Now that's quite fun when you get a tool just round the edge and it's trying to keep that circle, which I've not completely sussed that out yet. So I thought, I'm happy with that shape. It's a shape. It has got a hole in the middle, not that you can see. So I'm thinking, some kind of weird candelabra. So I'm saving that one. So I'm starting off with another one here. Look at the wobble on that. This is the whole point of trying to keep it centered. which I suppose will come with time and practice. But yeah, it is great to have a go of. Trying to keep it centered is a massive thing, but it's interesting trying to create different shapes. Now, what you can do is stop the wheel and kind of touch it up, perfect the little edges and stuff if you want to. So that's another thing. It's just learning about what you can do with the machine. So I'm going smaller now, if you notice. See how small I can make these shapes, because eventually I do want to make little miniature items, nothing quite big. So here I made a little, well, I'm not sure what it is, to be honest, but it's a shape. So I like that one, so I kept it. So I've gone with another little bit of clay here, and this is where I think, could I do a plate kind of shape, something flatter? This was great. This was brilliant to do, because it does actually look like a plate when you get the tools on it, believe it or not. So I decided, yeah, let's get a flatter tool on, see how flat I can get this. And as you're going along with the tools, you can see how the professionals make plates, because these little recognisable shapes start coming out. And it was brilliant. Here we go, look, it goes flat and then it's got a dip in the middle, just like a plate. So yeah, it was great fun. And I was really impressed with that. So more practice needed. I mean, look at the edge. Look at the edge. So I'm trying to sort out the edge there, but it is looking more like a plate. It's funny how the slightest movement can just completely change it. As I found out here, put the tool in the wrong place, wreck the edge, start it up again, get a tool, wreck the edge again, start it up again. So I get to a point where I think, that's good enough. I think I'm saving that. I'll keep it as it is. So I'm getting close to that now. I think, yeah, that'll do. Let's just save it before I make it any worse. So having had some semi kind of success with the first one, I thought I'll make another one. So here we go. I was a bit quicker this time, because obviously a bit of practice from the first one. You think, yeah, great, I kind of know what I need to do now to get that shape a bit more quickly. So this one went a bit better. I do need to learn that once I've got the shape, leave it, as I found out, because I kept messing and then messing it up and then messing again and messing it up. So that's what I do need to learn. But as I say, I do get to a point again when I think, right, stop. So yeah, it was good. It was fun. So I think I saved that one. Right, so that was my first go on my mini pottery wheel. It was so much fun. I loved it. Yeah, I hope you enjoy watching and seeing my mistakes, of which there were many. Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon, as I've started a new room box. So see you soon. Bye.